what the Astros did last night is what we know they're capable of. And it's been a slow start. They're only 9-10, and they're going to have to keep up this pretty good play on Monday, on Wednesday against Atlanta coming up this weekend. Friday game, Apple TV. Ooh, Tampa Bay, Philly, Seattle over the next 20 days or so. But, I mean, when they go on these Golden State Warrior kind of runs, 6-run onslaught in the 8th last night, 7-run first inning on Monday, that's where you wonder how damn good they could be with Altuve back, with Michael Brantley back. They've got some potency, obviously, on the offensive side of things. And give Luis Garcia some bleeping credit. 9 strikeouts, ties a career high, 7 innings, 2 hits, and 1 walk. That Blue Jays lineup is really good. And he mowed him down. 50 swings against him, 23 of them were whiffs. More swings and misses than in any other start in Luis Garcia's career. And to the players who are whining and complaining about the pitch clock restrictions, I'd point to Ryan Presley on the Houston Astros, among others across baseball, Juan Soto, who we made fun of yesterday because he can't play mind games instead of actually playing, the game that he is paid to play with this new pitch clock change. Luis Garcia got rid of the rock the baby motion, which was cool to watch. It was aesthetically pleasing, and comes out last night and blows the Toronto Blue Jays away. It was really impressive. And anyone who's whining about the change should look at Luis Garcia. He's adapted pretty damn quick to it. I mean, we're only talking a couple of starts. That was an awesome performance by Garcia last night and makes me feel really good about this rotation, which you should have felt pretty good about going into the year. Hunter Brown's coming off of a really good start. Urquidy is consistent. Not his best outing, of course. On Tuesday, you have Christian Javier. Still haven't seen the blow-me-away Christian Javier performance yet. And Framber Valdez is about as consistent as it gets as well. So you feel pretty good about a lot of elements of this team. And then to go to the lineup, it was a hell of a rally, especially considering how tightly we were holding on to our butts just moments before with new money, Rafael Montero on the hill. You had Mauricio Dubon in the 8th inning extending his hitting streak to 14 games to start the rally. 2 outs, by the way, in the 8th. Alex Bregman singles. Yordan Alvarez walks. Jose Abreu, who was 2 for 4, gets a massive bases-loaded single to score 2. And there's a lot of people that have been criticizing Jose Abreu because I think that they expected more power. I would say that his numbers last year would indicate that maybe power is not going to be as big a part of his game going forward. It's early in the year, of course. But can we just appreciate a good hitter? And I'm going to sound like an old man yelling at a cloud here when it comes to baseball, which is funny because I just talked about how the pitch clock is good seconds ago. Can we just appreciate good hitters? There's a lot of people that have been whining about the lack of extra base hits by Jose Abreu. I'm cool with paying a lot of money for a professional elite hitter who's just going to put the ball in play, especially in a year where the shift is being banned. I like that you have a guy in Abreu who's just a professional hitter. Is he going to hit a home run every single time? No. But I mean, is not Michael Brantley also somebody that you just love having in your lineup? He's a tough out. He puts the ball in play. What is wrong with someone like that? Doesn't have to have a home run every single time or a double most of the time. Baseball's gotten to this point where now we celebrate guys who are batting 200 and have a slugging percentage that's really impressive or above average, and they hit a bunch of home runs, but we're forgetting about the fact that the guy's whiffing and striking out all the time. Abreu, last night, 2 for 4. That was a huge single in that spot. So I think you guys should give Abreu a little bit of slack. Don't give New Money Montero any slack, though. Nope. You can't do it. Why is he the way that he is? And I don't want to dump on him too much, but he comes in after an incredible outing by Luis Garcia. Single, double, walks a guy. There's a pass ball that is Martin Maldonado's fault. The guy turned around for a bunt. Maldi might have lost it with the bat. Maldi might have lost it in the glare or something like that because that was an excuse for a pass ball a couple of games ago. And then he walks that guy. Bases are loaded, no outs, boos. Oh my God. It's every single time. I dealt with this in Seattle. I dealt with this at times last year. And I don't know if I'm the only person that feels zero faith when Rafael Montero comes out of the bullpen. But I know I have no faith in him. And they paid him a lot of money. A lot of money to a reliever who had his best career year last year. I'm just going to have a hard time justifying this the remainder of the season. And of course, he had some good moments in the playoffs last year, but I mean, Jesus. That's all you can really say. Brian Abreu, meanwhile, comes in and he gets the Astros out of that jam. And if we're talking about trust in the bullpen, I'll be honest, like I am always going to feel anxious when a bullpen comes into a game. It's perhaps unfair, but I think it's just the remnants of Will Harris in 2015 blowing it against the Royals, or it's the entire Chad Qualls in the early 2010s, or Ken Giles a little bit later experiences, Roberto Osuna coming here despite having an extremely checkered off the diamond track record and not being very good when he was here. There's a lot of reasons that the bullpens for the Houston Astros, even if they were awesome, like you saw in the postseason last year, I never feel a lot of faith in them. But I will say, Brian Abreu, who has pitched more than any reliever in the Astros bullpen to this point, he was bleeping awesome last night. And I'm excited about the start to the year he's having. They got to use him more. And I know they're already using him a lot, but I heard the bench talking about it on the way in, and it was what I was going to say too. Like it's time to move Montero, at least for now, into a different spot. Abreu's the guy you trust the most, and Ryan Presley's the guy that you hope catches up to speed in the way that Luis Garcia has. Presley is one who has complained about the pitch clock. Garcia hasn't. There's no excuse for not being able to be a good pitcher if you've been a good pitcher before. Like this mental game stuff, I'm sorry. I just don't buy into it the way that some of you other baseball folks do. But anyway, big win for the Houston Astros last night. I was very impressed by it, and it's what they are capable of doing more often than not. Let's see if they're able to keep it up against the hated Atlanta Braves over the weekend.